Hey everybody, Tim with Redfoot Dreams. Today we're going to be working on some enclosures. We got a lot to do and a little time. Alright, so we're working on enclosures for our Uromastyx. We got our little orange guy here and then Ori over there in the back. We're going to overhaul both enclosures completely because we want better, more realistic substrate. And more hides and just more enrichment overall. So this is Ori's enclosure here. It's pretty good, but it's a little cluttery and it's just pure rock, and I think we can do better than that with a substrate. We'll be redoing his styrofoam wall as well because this one's pretty chewed up. There's the little star. And this one we've got a mix of rocks. It's pretty nice to look at, but we can do better. Like I said, with the other one, this is just pure rock and it's a little loose. It moves around under his feet. Get that trash cheap hide out of that corner. And so let's see what we can do. So I grabbed this big piece of sandstone, thinking obviously that'll be pretty cool and natural looking in an enclosure. I got these little rocks, these pavers that look kind of natural. I got this guy, which I'm pretty excited about. Got some topsoil. You got to make sure that you don't have any fertilizer or anything in it. We also got some play sand. Again, just making sure it doesn't have any crazy chemicals or weird stuff in it. This is just pure sand and just pure soil. And here we got some paints and sticks and the styrofoam to redo a rock wall for the back. That rock wall held up pretty good. So I'm just going to take this old tub and mix up some of this soil with some rocks and some other stuff and see if I can get a good substrate going. Let's just see what we can get going. All right. Would you bring me some rocks, honey? So that's a sample of what you might get. That's going to dry into hard pan, I'm hoping. So we've got Tiara working on the styrofoam, cutting shelves for our styrofoam rock wall. It's going to be like this one, but better. So here we go. I got some comments last time saying that we didn't really go in depth about texture in it and how we painted it and all that. So try to actually show that in case you guys find it interesting. So Tiara's just taking this hot wire tool, which you can pick up at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or any craft place, and she's just cutting in kind of randomly, just to get that natural rock look. See those lines that it gives? It's hard to see until it's painted. You see she just cuts chunks out of it and it really gives it a nice rock look. Okay, so we got the orange buddy set up. Still don't have a name for that guy. Help us out. Put the perfect name in the comments. Tiara is over here doing her magic with the styrofoam. She doesn't like to be on camera. So there's Mrs. Styrofoam. Ori's is just, all we did was put the dirt in and pack it down, and we're letting it dry out, and then we're going to put this rock wall that she's making in there before we put any big features in our own way. I'm hoping that with the heat, and we might even have to take hairdryer to it, but we're hoping that with the heat it'll turn that, that kind of soggy dirt into hard pan, you know, which is where these guys are from. They come from basically mud that just gets dried and scorched over years and years in the sun with very little rain. So it's like a really hard dirt with rocks and stuff. I just got a Tupperware bowl here, a couple brushes. I'll mix it up with the smaller one. I'm gonna take some sand out of this thing and mix into the paint. Just dump sand right in the paint. Not enough and you won't notice it. Too much and paint and sand will just be falling everywhere. let's see what we've got. And all we're going to do is brush it badly, basically. Some places are going to be thicker, some places are going to be thinner. We're going to leave open spots because we're going to brush over it with other colors as well. Because if you've ever seen a rock bank, it doesn't just look like one solid shade of anything. Yeah, this one's a little bit better. The last time I made a video about this, I basically cut everything out. I have I have this toxic thing where I have a YouTube channel, but I don't believe that you guys are interested in anything that I'm doing. So I cut and fast forward through everything. And then at the end, I'm left with nothing that I wanted to show you. Anybody that does YouTube probably understands what I'm talking about. You want to value the time of whoever's watching, but at the same time, I guess they wouldn't be watching if they didn't want to see what you're doing. So, okay, new color. Basically, as you can see, I'm no expert. You don't have to be either. Dump colors in here and mix them until you get a color that you like. There we go. That's what I imagine like a dusty rock, would look like. This gives us a beautiful two-toned look. On the bottom, just take your darkest color. You're going to have spots that are still white, that show styrofoam. So why not touch it up with a third color and give it a deeper, more natural look? You got to be there anyway. So for the last one, I want a more yellow color. Okay, so that's like a nice, more blonde color, more sandy color. Don't worry about it being perfect, just leave the blotch. Just touch it up, brush it out, and leave it. You can't get caught up with this because you'll brush it forever and then you'll just end up with it looking more fake. On this, it's like the more work you put in, the less natural it's going to look. This is our finished product. It's a nice deep red with those tan spots. It's going to look really nice, I think. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how to use these little sticks to put this styrofoam together. All right. All I do, don't try this at home, kids. All I do is just sharpen the end of it. Now I'm sure there's some you can buy with a sharp end, but the ones that we find never have a sharp end, so we just buy these and I sharpen them. But just take your shelf, right? Take your wall, and wherever you're going to put the shelf on, just find you a spot where you like, right? Put your shelf on, and then you're just going to stick your stick all the way through. It's going to stab all the way through the shelf and then all the way through that back wall until you know you're all the way through, and then stop. And I like to go at a little bit of an angle, and then I'll put the other one at a slightly different angle so it kind of holds it no matter which way you push on it, right? This is what you get. You just run your stick through, and then I use like side cuts or wire cutters and cut the thing off flush with the shelf. But that's what you get. This is a nice shelf. Stuck to your thing. I'll put another one somewhere over here and run it at a different angle, because that one's sticking down, so I'll stick this one up, whatever, and just stick as many through as whatever makes you feel comfortable. It's a good substrate. It's nice and substantial. He can dig around. It looks natural. Hopefully it's going to feel natural. He's got his rock wall on this side. That's his new rock wall on the back. He can wedge himself in between those two shelves. He can wedge himself up under this big sandstone. I don't know if you can see up there. It goes way back in there. Nice little place to hang out and bask as well. This is a good enclosure. Nice clean enclosure with lots of spaces where he can hide and sleep. for the Jeri. His hide there that he likes. You see his tail poking out. He can get up on top of there. He can get underneath there. He can get on the other side of that. He's got a good open basking spot. Good perimeter rocks. Then he can get up inside that column as well, or just behind it. So he's got a really nice spot here. So we realized that the quality is not great on this video. The audio sounds terrible from behind the camera. So if I'm showing you stuff and talking about it, it sounds awful. Hopefully you can understand it. We didn't light it, we didn't do anything. We just thought, man, we're gonna be doing a lot of work on these enclosures. Let's put a camera there, let's show what we're doing, and maybe it'll give somebody else some ideas. So like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.